What's the most disturbing thing a classmate ever did? In senior year, Miss Chen assigned group presentations on historical figures. I was paired with Mia, who everyone considered the perfect student. Straight A's, chess club president, volunteered at the hospital. We met at the school library after hours. While researching, I noticed Mia constantly checking her phone, seeming anxious. Everything okay? I asked. She smiled tightly, just waiting for someone. 20 minutes later, my ex-best friend Zoe walked in. They'd never interacted before, so I was confused. Zoe avoided eye contact with me. Did you bring it? Mia whispered. Zoe handed her a USB drive, then hurried away. When Mia went to the bathroom, curiosity got the best of me. I checked her laptop and found a folder labeled Revenge. Inside were screenshots of private messages between me and my therapist, discussing my depression, medication, and family issues. There were detailed notes on how to expose me at the presentation. Mia had somehow accessed my medical records through her hospital volunteer position. Zoe had provided my email password. They planned to accidentally show these personal details during our presentation to the entire class. I confronted Mia when she returned. Her perfect smile vanished as she hissed, "You got early admission to Cornell over me. Did you really think that wouldn't have consequences?" She'd orchestrated this elaborate plan over something I didn't even know about. The scariest part? No one would ever have suspected the perfect student capable of such calculated cruelty.
When did you realize that monsters aren't born? They're built. There was this kid in my apartment complex who kept vandalizing cars in the parking lot. Everyone had security footage of him keying doors and slashing tires. So when my car's tires got slashed, I knew it was him. But my brother insisted on handling it. Promised me he'd make it right. The next thing I knew, they were spending hours in the building's gym, and the kid would come out with wrapped hands, messy hair, and barely able to walk. Every day I wanted to ask what was happening in there, but my brother just said to trust him. I'd hear the punching bag chains rattling late into the night, and sometimes catch glimpses of them practicing footwork through the window. Then one morning I saw them doing push-ups together, the kid counting out loud, his knuckles bruised but his eyes focused. Now for some majorly needed context. My brother spent 2 years in juvie for assault, until this guard noticed he had too much energy and taught him boxing. That guard became his mentor, showed him discipline instead of punishment. So when he found out this kid's dad was in prison and his mom worked double shifts, my brother recognized that look. A kid with too much anger and nowhere to put it. Now the kid trains every day, helps other teens in the complex, and hasn't touched a car since. Last week he even won his first amateur boxing match. So in the end, it wasn't about revenge. It was about giving his anger a purpose.
My wife left me to be with a woman after she found out she was sick. Now 3 years later, she wants to come back into me and my son's life. She got diagnosed with a heart condition at 29. Cardiologist said 5 years if she was lucky. I remember sitting in that sterile office holding her hand while she cried. Told her we'd fight it together, that our son needed his mom, that we'd make every single day count. 6 months later, I came home from a double shift at the hospital to find her closet empty. Note on the kitchen counter next to our wedding photo. I need to live my truth before it's too late. I'm with her now. Don't try to find me. Our son was barely 2. She didn't even say goodbye to him. Didn't leave a phone number. Didn't leave a forwarding address. Nothing. First year almost destroyed me. I was working 60-hour weeks as an ER nurse just to cover the $200 monthly daycare costs. Some mornings I'd sit in my car in the hospital parking lot for 20 minutes just staring at nothing. My elderly neighbor noticed, started watching him when I worked night shifts, refused to take payment, said she missed having little ones around since her grandkids lived across the country. By month 8, he stopped asking where mommy went, started calling my neighbor grandma. That hurt worse than the abandonment somehow, like watching him accept that she wasn't coming back. But year 2, something shifted. I got promoted to head nurse with a $15,000 raise, finally had breathing room, started coaching his soccer team on Saturdays. We developed these little traditions that became our new normal. Pancake Sundays, where he'd stand on a step stool and crack the eggs. He'd get shell in the batter every single time, and we'd spend 5 minutes fishing it out together laughing. Movie nights where he'd fall asleep on my chest during the opening credits, and I'd carry him to bed. I realized one day while watching him color at the kitchen table that I was genuinely happy. Happier than I'd been in my entire marriage. Like I could finally breathe without someone suffocating me. Then last Tuesday at 6 a.m., someone started pounding on my front door hard enough to wake us both up. I looked through the peephole and my stomach dropped. She was standing there in yesterday's clothes. Mascara streaked down her face, hair uncombed, shaking like she'd been up all night. I opened the door halfway. "What are you doing here? I need to talk to you, please. It's important. You lost that right 3 years ago when you abandoned our son with a note." She started crying harder. I know I messed everything up, but I'm dying. 8 months, maybe less. The doctors ran new tests last week and my heart's failing faster than they thought. Please, I just need to see him. That's not my problem anymore. Please, I need him to know I loved him, that I'm sorry. I can't die knowing he thinks I didn't care about him. I started closing the door. "You should have thought about that before you chose your coworker over your own child." She put her hand against the door, stopping it. "I'll sleep in my car, right here in your driveway, every single day until you let me see him. I still have legal rights. I'm still his biological mother." That's when I heard little footsteps behind me. My son was standing there in his dinosaur pajamas, rubbing his eyes. He's 5 now. Looks exactly like me. Same brown eyes, same messy morning hair. He stared at her through the screen door. "Daddy, who's that crying lady on our porch?" She completely broke down, dropped to her knees right there. Baby, it's me. It's mommy." "Mommy's so sorry, sweetheart. I made such a terrible mistake leaving you, but I'm here now. I want to be your mommy again." My son looked at her confused, tilted his head. Then he looked up at me with those big brown eyes and grabbed my hand tight and said the words that made her stop crying instantly. "But you're not my mom. My dad is my mom and my dad. He makes my breakfast every morning. He reads me bedtime stories. He holds my hand when I have bad dreams. He teaches me soccer. You're just the crying lady." She stared at him, mouth open, like he'd physically struck her across the face. Then she looked at me, and I saw it happen in real time. The exact moment she realized what she'd actually lost. Not in 8 months when her heart gives out. 3 years ago when she walked out that door, she stood up slowly, walked to her car without saying another word, started the engine. I'm still standing in my doorway with my son's hand in mine, watching her taillights disappear down our street in the early morning darkness. When is someone tried to guilt trip you. I'm working the evening shift at GameStop when this mom walks in 10 minutes before closing with her crying 8-year-old son clutching a crumpled birthday list. We need the new Pokemon Legends game. It's his birthday tomorrow and everywhere else is sold out. I check our system, completely out of stock. Sold our last copy 3 hours ago. I can order it for Tuesday pickup, or Target 2 miles away might have copies. The kid starts sobbing harder. The mom's eyes narrow with this calculating look. He's been saving his allowance for 6 months. Look at what you're doing to this child. She crouches down dramatically, making him cry louder. Other customers start staring. Tell the man how long you've waited, sweetie. Show him your piggy bank money. 6 months, he wails, pulling out a Ziploc bag stuffed with crumpled singles and quarters. I walk them over to show our empty shelf. We literally have nothing. Can't you check the back? Display copies, manager reserves, there has to be something. I bring her to our back room. 4 empty shelves and plastic game cases. Nothing. What about calling other stores? You work here. You should know where to find games. That's when she pulls out her phone and starts recording, angling it to catch both me and her crying son. This is how GameStop treats loyal customers. A little boy on his birthday. Share this video, everyone. She's live streaming to Facebook. Comments flood in immediately. The viewer count keeps climbing. My son has ADHD and severe anxiety. Gaming is his only escape from bullying at school. This game means everything to him. She even pulled out a laminated doctor's note, waving it at the camera like a backstage pass to guilt. I honestly couldn't tell if this was a game launch or a full-blown performance piece. Now she's coaching the kid mid-stream, whispering cues. He talks about mean kids and how Pokemon helps him make online friends. His father left us after the divorce. This game represents hope and stability. It's all he asked for. Facebook comments explode. Heartless employee. Just sell him a game. This is disgusting service. I'm 19, making $12 an hour. I don't know what to do with this situation. We drove 45 minutes because your website said in stock. Now you're telling me you lied? I check our website. Clearly shows out of stock for hours. Let me call every GameStop in 30 miles for you. 20 minutes later, calling 8 stores, I find 1 copy 40 minutes north. They'll hold it until 10 p.m. We don't have gas money for another trip. You caused this problem with wrong information. She starts a GoFundMe live on Facebook. Help little Timmy get his birthday game because GameStop won't help. Donations roll in real time. $50, $100, $25, $75. I watch the counter climb past $200. I'm stunned watching this woman crowdfund gas money while her son counts dollar bills from internet strangers. See? Good people care about children's happiness, unlike some people who just want to go home early. My phone rings. My manager. Someone posted our number online and we're getting bombarded with angry calls. Just give them something, he says frantically. Corporate's calling about social media complaints. I'm about to grab a different game to give free when I overhear her on another phone. Yeah, it worked again. We've got $300 already. Way more than the game costs. Tommy, stop smiling. You're supposed to be sad. She's facing away. Doesn't realize I can hear everything. We'll hit Target after this. Same story, different store, then Best Buy tomorrow. This is easier than my old job. The kid drops his fake tears and grins. Mom, can we get McDonald's with the money and that new Lego set? Shh. Wait until we're in the car. People are still watching. I clear my throat loudly. She spins around, phone still live streaming to 847 people. Find everything you needed tonight? Her face goes white. The chat explodes as viewers realize they've been scammed. There's been a misunderstanding? Yeah, I think there has been. Comments erupted with people demanding GoFundMe refunds and calling out the scam. She grabbed the kid and bolted, leaving her phone still live streaming. I watched it stream their car speeding away while comments roasted them. My manager walked in as I read messages calling for her arrest. So, did we solve the Pokemon problem?